My daughter is treating my son terribly, and I can't understand why. My stepdaughter Christina is 17. My son Jacob is 16. I married Christina's father when she was 12, and for 5 years we've been a blended family. Not perfect, but functional. The kids were never best friends, but they coexisted, shared the bathroom without fighting, occasionally watched movies together on weekends. 2 months ago, everything shattered. When Christina was 10, before I even knew her, she was assaulted by a family member. He was convicted and sent to prison. She spent years in intensive therapy, and honestly, I've always been amazed by how strong she became. She's smart, confident, has a 4.2 GPA, and just got accepted early admission to her first choice college. She kept what happened to her completely private. Besides immediate family, only her lifelong best friend Maya knew. My son Jacob also knew. He'd been told when we became a family because her father felt it was important for understanding certain boundaries and behaviors. 2 months ago, Jacob told his friends, not in a serious conversation, not because someone needed help. He mentioned it casually, laughing while they were playing video games online. One of those friends told his girlfriend. That girlfriend told her friends. Within 72 hours, Christina's entire school knew the most traumatic thing that ever happened to her. I still remember the night she found out. She came home from school, walked straight to Jacob's room, and I heard screaming like I've never heard before. Guttural, raw. 7 years of healing, cracked open in an afternoon because my son wanted to seem interesting to his friends. Since that night, Christina hasn't spoken a single word to Jacob. Not one. She doesn't look at him when he enters a room, doesn't react when he talks to her or about her. At dinner, she'll be mid-conversation with us. Jacob will add something, and she continues talking like he made no sound at all. It's like he's a ghost, only she can't see. I'll admit, it's unsettling to watch. There's something almost scary about how completely she's erased him from her reality. Jacob has tried everything. Every single day for 8 weeks, he's attempted to apologize. He's written her letters that she throws away unopened. He stood outside her door talking to nothing. He's gotten on his knees crying, begging for just one word, any word, even if it's her screaming at him again. She puts in her AirPods, opens a textbook, and studies like he isn't there. We've punished Jacob severely. He lost his phone the day it happened and hasn't gotten it back. No video games, no friends, no extracurriculars. He goes to school, comes home, does homework, and goes to bed. For 2 months straight, his entire social life is gone, and he seems genuinely remorseful. He's broken down crying to me and his stepfather more times than I can count. He says he doesn't know why he did it, that he wasn't thinking, that he'd do anything to take it back. I believe him. He's my son, and I know when he's sincere. But Christina won't budge, won't even acknowledge his existence. Last week, I tried talking to her therapist, who politely told me she couldn't discuss their sessions, but suggested I listen more and advise less. I didn't appreciate the tone. Last night, I decided enough was enough. I sat Christina down in the living room after dinner, told her I understood she was hurt, but that Jacob had been punished extensively, that he was genuinely sorry, that holding on to anger like this would only poison her own heart, that forgiveness wasn't about him deserving it, but about her finding peace. She listened without expression. When I finished, she was quiet for a long moment. Then she looked at me. First real eye contact in weeks. You want to know why I won't speak to him? Why I can't even look at him? I nodded, relieved she was finally opening up. When it happened to me, I was 10. Jacob was 9. He wasn't just some kid who found out years later. He was sleeping over that night in the next room. He heard everything. He heard me crying. He heard me begging for it to stop. My stomach dropped. For 7 years, he kept that secret. I thought it was because he cared about me, because he understood how much it would destroy me if people knew. I thought that was the one thing I could trust about him. She paused, and her voice went flat. 2 months ago, his friends were online making jokes about girls who get assaulted, saying they probably wanted it, laughing about how they're all liars looking for attention. And instead of defending people like me, instead of saying anything, Jacob used my story. He told them what happened to me so he could be part of the joke, so he could get laughs. She stood up. That's not a mistake, Mom. That's not him being thoughtless. That's exactly who he is when he thinks no one that matters is watching. She walked toward the stairs, then stopped. And you sitting me down tonight, telling me I need to forgive him after 8 weeks because he cried to you, telling me I'm poisoning myself by being angry, that tells me exactly who you are too. She went to her room and closed the door quietly. I just sat there. I'm still sitting here. I don't know what to do anymore. I understand now why Christina cannot speak to Jacob, and I see that her silence is not punishment but protection.